Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Today I am actually playing with my Zoom. I'm making a scrunchie. Don't ask me why. I'm not really sure why I felt like I wanted to do this morning before I start moving furniture, but I felt like this was a pretty cute little scrunchie to make. So let's hang out while I finish up the trim before I get to rebuilding my home. Alright, that last line there sounded a little ominous. I steam cleaned my carpet. Now I have to put all my furniture back in my living room. That's all. That's all I meant by that. Pretty close to being ready for inspection. House looks nice. Smells nice and fresh. I even got this nasty dust bunny thingy hanging from my very, very high up ceilings by using my ladder and my 25-foot pole that you can change the end on. I had to tape my feather duster on there just to get the tiniest bit more height because I am short. Never been able to get that one. It was like that long hanging from my ceiling of this big long dust thing. It was just grossing me out. Alright, so for something absolutely different and a little bit of something fun is I'm working on a scrunchie today. So I took a regular hair tie. See, there's the hair tie. I probably could have put a few more single crochets, but this is just for me to play with a little bit of scrap yarn and see how it works out. So you do single crochet all the way around. I used Karen's Simply Soft. I probably should have put like 2 more in here. I wasn't quite sure how many. Yeah, 2 or 3 more would have really stacked it, but that's okay. And then you slip stitch to close, right? You slip stitch to close over here. Then you do a chain of 3, and then in every single stitch you do 3 double crochets. And because I used a 2.5 and my yarn is quite thin, I'm using just a little trim of single crochet at the ends, just to give it a little more fun. And I'm doing 3 in each of the double crochet ends. So it's going to be extra wavy, fun, different. I don't really have anything on in these colors, but I just felt like using them because I've got a little stack here of tiny balls of just random yarn that I don't know if I'm ever going to put into any projects because they're quite small. Then, I mean, this is a baby yarn. Super thin. So I thought I'd make a really nice little add-on. Yellow and green go good together. They're very similar. They're friends. Close to each other on the color wheel, so why not? But yeah, I definitely would have to say I would put more single crochets around the actual band, so then it's not so weird. 1, 2, 3. And it gives it a very fun little ruffle. So that's nice. Oh, it's a nice rainy day today. We got some cool breezes going. I love that. Here, I'm going to rest my arm here. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing here. Just a single crochets. 2 or 3 in each one. I'm not going to get too picky about it because, like I said, this is just something for me to throw on my hair for fun. And I thought, well, you know, this is taking a little tiny bit more than I thought it would. I thought it would just be good for watching a video or two while I drank my coffee. Okay, apparently I gotta go backwards because this yarn is quite a bit older, a little bit splitty. And this being the outside of it, I don't want too much of that showing because I'll just frizz it up. But that's okay. Like I said, this is just a fun piece to play around with because I've seen other people making them. And I was always a scrunchie girl. I loved wearing them as bracelets as well. Just to have a hair tie on my person at all times. But, you know, the elastic goes before the actual scrunchie died on me, so I had a few that I was thinking about opening up and putting a new one in. I don't know where they ended up. I don't think I have them anymore. No, that's okay. You can also do these with like sewing, but you just basically sew it around and just pull your threads really tight through it so it gives it that ruffle. I think that's how you do it. Don't quote me because I've never actually made one, so hi. I don't have all the answers. I definitely don't. Do you? Possibly. I mean, you are brilliant and smart. Same thing, isn't it? Not really. Oh, goodness. Getting a lot of messages. I'm just going to pause for a moment and check my messages here. Got a text message and a Facebook one. Be right back. All right, all right. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. So, fun little project. I'm tired as can be, as you can tell. My brain is just a bleh. I am looking forward to all this being done and getting back into doing what I want to do when I want to do it. There we are. But that just means I got the bulk of the big cleaning done. I do have to wipe down window sills and stuff like that, but that is really just a bit dusty. They aren't even bad. I don't have any mold or anything gross going there because I do clean them quite often. So, a little wipe down and I'm good to go. It's the moving the furniture that's going to be fun. I have a couch to move. It's not a big deal, please. I made that sound so bad. This couch is so light and pretty and I love it. It's like a French provincial little love seat. It's great for crafting. So comfortable to sit on. Kids and I love that couch. My husband thinks it's silly because he likes his big overstuffed stuff, and this is a very delicate, nice little lightweight. It's actually my bedroom one. But I have too many beds in my bedroom to fit it, so it could go in the living room for now. When the kids are a bit older, I can move it back in as my little seating area. I like having a private, I like having my office space in my room. Because then if I get a headache, I can just have a nap. That's just how I am. I need a comfortable place to feel comfortable and creative. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Two. Sorry if I'm leaning off towards the edge of the screen. I keep thinking I'm doing okay. My one eye is really hard to see out of today. I've got a big blind spot in it right now. I think the cataracts are starting. Because I'm pretty sure that's the way a cataract is. Pretty sure. I was warned that I will be absolutely getting a cataract in that eye because of all the different levels of scarring. And not a lot I can do about it. The damage is done, so I just have to try to see what I'm doing and hope for the best, I guess. There we are. We're looking amazing. Like, that is a lot of fun. I do wish I had put a little bit more single crochets in, but I'm liking how it looks. I'll just sew that bad boy up and go from there. I do have a lot of sewing of projects to finish. I was going to work on Garfield's eyes this morning, but I guess I forgot to charge that other phone. So this was the project I worked on besides my knitting. Because I've been trying to do a couple rows of knitting every day to get through that project a lot faster. Okay. Well, we got a little bit left. Definitely changes the size of it. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these little tiny balls sitting beside my bed that I'm just trying to do something fun. Like, this isn't something I probably would ever think of selling, but it might be fun to do once in a while. Because I keep waffling about selling things. I keep thinking I want to, and then I think I maybe don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I do like the idea of carrying around some stuffies with me when I go places and let it happen organically, I guess. Like I said, I've already had quite a few kids especially walk up and ask me if I have anything they could buy off me while I was making stuff at the park. It was kind of, oh, I never thought of that. I would just do little tiny things, you know, little $5 at most. Probably cut them deals because I get a lot of my yarn from the thrift store, so not all. We do buy new yarn sometimes. Just right now I have quite enough. I do need to get some colors off and on. A little more black and white, but I don't want to have too much around. I do have some I have to get through, but they're mostly for wearables for myself, so I'm taking my time with those, and that's a different situation. It takes me a while to make a wearable, so those fine yarns end up sitting a little bit longer. Like, I haven't even dipped into my Hobie winnings from Bingo. I have not touched any of that yet. I go and look at it. They are in plastic. I was working on my yarn yesterday. I moved some of it around, rolled up some of the stuff I'm not using now because I just went through birthdays and Easter, and a big chunk of my yarn is actually in my project bags. So I have to put everything away, but, you know, super busy. A lot going on at the same time. There we go, getting to the end. I think I need like 5 more cups of coffee and another 10 hours of sleep. A shower would be lovely too. Hot work, I tell you, hot work. And I'm a little tiny person that hates ladders. I don't like being on a ladder. I'll do it, but I don't like it, and I don't feel totally comfortable. So that always makes me feel a little bit on edge, knowing I have to do stuff on a ladder. I like being on the ground. Now, if it was gardening stuff, I'd be super excited. Or, you know, sit down and crochet for a couple hours. That'd be nice too. Especially if it's not anything that has to be done in a timeline. Just make what you're making. Love it. There we go, and 3. And yes, while I'm doing my cleaning, I do take a little breaks, especially when I'm doing crazy amounts of stuff all day. Take a little breaks. I go, because I've finished all the granny squares that I think I need. I have just been working on the knitting, so I do like 2 rows. I gave my daughter a bath on top of everything else yesterday, and while she played in the bathtub, I knitted 2 rows. It was quite lovely. We both had a wonderful time. She got time to play. I got time to get a little bit something done instead of scrolling on my phone, which is something that I try to limit as much as I possibly can because it does just kill the creativity. I don't mind watching things, like I have YouTube playing in the corner more than I have of anything else out of our streaming, the stuff we have. I find I watch YouTube more than anything. Yesterday while I was straightening up yarn, I just put on a little set of videos of people telling ghost stories, and it was so relaxing, so relaxing. I just get so relaxed listening to ghost tales and other things like that. I don't know, I just find that YouTube just kind of vibes with me. The content available, a lot of TV shows are very, you find out things and you just don't really want to see certain people anymore. Movies, they're just kind of, I don't know, I used to be a very big movie fan, and now I just kind of don't want to sit around and watch a whole movie. I very rarely want to watch a movie. There's a whole bunch of movies I haven't seen that I should see. A couple TV shows I have like a quarter of the way through. I'll do an episode here and there, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't feel like watching this right now. It's probably because I don't really have a lot of time to devote to sitting and paying attention to a storyline. Like, I love 911. I think it's a well done show. I have sat out the last 2 seasons. I hope they don't get rid of it though, because it is a good show, and when I get around to it, I will enjoy every moment of it. Good writing, good acting, very exciting, but I just find there's too many episodes that have made me cry, and I'm not in the headspace to do that, so I'm just being honest with myself. But I do enjoy hearing people tell stories from their point of view, different walks of life, different areas, different countries. I find that very fascinating lately, so I haven't even been watching my dramas, nothing. Still listening to a lot of audiobooks, but I think I'm going to get into some scary ones. I'm feeling like I need some scary stuff right now. Not gore, scary. Big difference. Anyways, I'm going to say thank you for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box as I ramble on once again. So, just to recap, single crochet row, slip stitch, 3 double crochet in each one, and if you want to add another color on the end or something, you can do 3 or 2 or even 1 of a single crochet to give it a little bit more color, style, or even more rufflies. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!